Okay, hello and welcome to this demo video for the networking referral database. So what is the spreadsheet for? Well, simply put, a lot of small business owners will go networking, you go to networking events, and you'll meet people, you'll get business cards, you'll get back home, you've got all these business cards, what do you do with them? What I've done is I've, instead of just putting them into a normal spreadsheet and with the headings of the different kinds of the different things like telephone numbers and email addresses, what I've done is I've actually made this spreadsheet, which will not only allow you to input the details into the database, but it'll actually give you various reports and things. So it's quite handy to have. Let me just show you how this works. So first of all, you do the setup page. You can put your name in there. I've just typed in your name, but you obviously put your name and your company name in. This doesn't go anywhere else other than on the spreadsheet and the people you send it to. So you don't need to worry about this obviously getting out anyway. So your name, your company name, and all your networking sources. Now you can put up to 10 different networking sources. I've just put networking A, B, C, D, E. You've got up to 10. You can list the different networking events that you go to, so that you can say where you've met each of these people. The next is the list type. There's a category page search list. The other option in the drop down is a complete list. I'll show you what those mean when we get to that point, but you can make that selection. You can change this at any stage. So I wouldn't worry about that at the moment. I'll show you later on in the demo what that does. Also here there's a code where you can type in a 4-digit code. You get that code when you sign up to receive my monthly emails. If you put that in there, it'll reveal some bonus content on this statistics page at the end. If you don't put the code in, it doesn't matter. You just won't see anything on that page. It's no big deal. But if you want to see those stats, get the 4-digit code from my email, the monthly emails, and you can put that information in. That's linked to my website, and this is a link to the networking event that I attend in Croydon. If you are close to Croydon, do take a look at that. In fact, I used to have all of the people from this Croydon event in the database already, but thanks to GDPR, we need to obviously tighten up things like that. So I haven't put those names in anymore. But you can click on this link and go to the website and have a look at the members of that networking event, and do come along if you're in the area. So that is the setup page. Once you've set that up, you can then go to the actual database. Now I've obviously inputted some people in here already, but I'll show you how to do it. It's just a simple. You just type in here the new business name. I won't do a whole new one. I'll just show you. And then the person's name. So you can put in the company that they work for, person's name that you need. There's the landline number, mobile number. If you just type it in as a number, so you don't put in the 5, it'll automatically put the little spaces in. If you want to have the spaces in different places, you can manually put the spaces in yourself, and it'll do that. All right, then you can put in the website. When you click enter after you've typed the website, it'll automatically go to hyperlink, so you can click on it and go to their website. The email address, the address if they've got a business address. Something most people won't have in their business card or won't give it to you, so you don't need to worry about that if you don't have it. But if you do have it, put it in. Address line 123 town and postcode. Now, this is important because obviously you want to put in a category. So I've just put some various categories here, but what you want to put is you want to put the category up to 2 categories that person provides. So for me, for argument's sake, what you would do is you would scroll down and see if you've already got one, it'll be on here. So you'll see there's spreadsheets. But let's just say we want to create a new one, and we want to put template creation. Now, before I put the template creation, and let's have a look and see, they're all in alphabetical order. So if I go down to T, there's no template creation already. But then once you put in template creation, when you now go into another one and you scroll down, you will have template creation in already. So the reason for this is because you obviously don't want to be putting everybody down in a completely new category. If you've got, for example, a recruitment consultant or business consultant, you want to be able to to call up various business consultants at a later stage, and you don't want to have everyone under a different category, and then you can't find those people because they're one's called a business consultant, one's called a business coach, one's called something else. So you want to try and keep them, make as fewer categories as possible. Really, obviously, you're going to need to make one for the different categories that you have. But if you have 4 people in videos, you want them all to be done as videos. You don't want one to be done as videos, one to be done as videographer, one to be done as something else, because then they won't, the spreadsheet won't put them together when you're looking for a specific category. So the best thing to do is check through the list first if you've already got someone in the category, and assign them to that. If there's no one for that, then if there's no category already, then type it in, and it will create a category. And you can put each person in up to 2 categories. Then you can select the networking group where you met them. So it'll give you a list of those 10 items that you put in at the beginning, and you can select whether they're VIP or not. This will just show up when you I'll show you in a second when you call up your referrals. Okay, so then there's notes. These notes are visible to others. So this will be, or when I say visible to others, this will create a sheet that you can send to someone if they ask you for a referral. These notes are only visible to you. So you could put in here, for argument's sake, this person specializes in creating custom Excel spreadsheets that the person will see. And then what you can put in over here, for example, with the notes visible to only you, you can put in Richard did X, Y, and Z project for us, so that you know who I am when it comes to referring. But that doesn't necessarily go. This won't go out to the other person, so they won't see how what the notes you made for yourself. So those are the notes at the end there, and I'll show you how those work. In a minute. In fact, let's put a note over here. Let's go down to the spreadsheet software and see notes others will see, and then say here notes others won't see, just so that you can see what's going on later. So now you've got your database. You can fill that up as you go along. It's got space for 2,500 people. You can put people on. You can use these arrows at the top to sort by any of the different columns, and you can see exactly you've got your database in one spot. Now, many of you may have something like this already that you made yourself, but now let me show you how this does something more. When you go to your category search, you see everyone's there because you haven't selected a category. But now if you come here and you go, oh, well, I'd like to select a category. Someone asked you, do you know someone who does spreadsheets? So you go, yes, actually, I do know this one guy. You go down to spreadsheets, you click on it. It'll then pull up a list of everybody who has been said to be doing spreadsheets. So it's the same with all the other ones. If we go to, you see, there's an example of what I was talking about earlier. I've got someone doing videography and videos. You wouldn't necessarily need to do it. You can just have one category for both. So let's just say, for argument's sake, you want to go to business consultant instead. Say, yeah, we've got a business consultant. So whichever category you pick, it'll pull up the ones that you've asked for. And if there's more than one, it'll pull up one. In fact, it'll say page number 1. If you see that you've got more than, how many is it, 60, and you go, actually, I'd like to see page 2, then you can see that it goes from 61. So you can see as many as you've got. Really, it doesn't matter, but normally keep it on page 1. If you've got more than 60 people to refer, you need to page through them anyway. It'll bring the ones to the top, those with the most ticks. So if they're VIP and you've got more details, they'll come towards the top. You can see exactly what you've got. So you really want to be referring people that are VIP, so they'll come to the top of the list. Show you their town, and it'll show you which networking group you met them. Now you go, okay, fine. Let's just say you got one person, even if you've got 5 or 10, and you go, okay, I would like to refer one of those people to the person who's asked me for a referral. Now you go to the referral sheet. Now this is the list I was talking about in the settings. It's only got business 18. Why does it only have business 18? Because that was the only person who made it onto this referral category search. If you were to go to your intros and settings and change that list category search to complete list, now when you go to your referral sheet and you click on your drop down, it will have all the different businesses in there. So that would be the difference. Now, you may want to see a list of all of them. You may only want to see those that have made it through the category search, in which case you select that. Now, when you come here, it's only business 18. So you select business 18, and here it says company name, person's name, landline, mobile, website, email, address, categories, software, notes others will see. So this will be the notes that others will see. And I'll say kind regards with your name and your business name. Now, you can save this as a PDF. If you save this as a PDF, it'll only save up to here. Make sure if you want to check that, you can go to view and you can go to page break. You can make sure that's where the page break is, because you don't want this to be printing out on the PDF. Save this as a PDF and then just send it to the person, and there's all their details that they can see exactly who to contact. So here's your referral form that you've made a contact to refer to that person. So that's your referral sheet. Now there's more to it. Now you've got a referral. So let's just say you refer this person. Now you can come in here and you can put in the date, and you can say, well, today's date is the 20th of March, and the referred business is, and you can scroll down here because you referred business 18, and you can say, who did I refer it to? You can refer it to Bob the Builder, and what was his company's names? I don't know what. Bob the Builder, Bob's Buildings. And then you can put in some notes here, and you can see who the person you referred. Now, when you go to the statistics page, okay, I've put the code in, but if you haven't got the code, this data just won't come through. But once you put the code in from the newsletter, you can see the number of contacts you got, number of categories, number of VIPs, which networking groups they've come from, top 10 most represented categories. Okay, they're all one, but you'll see as you start to put in 2 and 3 of the 3 different business consultants and so on, the ones that are most represented will be near the top. So you can see your top 10 represented categories. You can see the contact details, how many of each of the contact details you got. So you may see you lacking email addresses or websites or whatever. You can see how much of the current database has been used, only a very, very small portion. Top 10 most referred people. You can see there referred person R from business 18 at once. So you see how the top 10 most referred people. So you can see who you're referring. And you can also see the last 6 months of your referrals and how many from each different networking group you've actually referred over the last 6 months, as well as your top 12 preferred sources. So these are the people you referred, which networking group did they come from, and top 12 most referred categories. What are the categories of the people that you've referred? So that's just an extra report for you to keep track of what you've done. You can put in all the referrals made, your referral sheet based on the category search, which is all based on this data entered into the database. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that this really helps you, and I wish you all the best for your networking. And if you're local, I hope to see you on the networking circuit at some point. So that's all for that. Thank you. Bye.